The chapter opens at Toho Boxing Gym. Itagaki Manabu steps inside, all smiles, and introduces himself to Mashiba Ryu. Mashiba doesn't even blink. He doesn't care about names. The only things he wants to know? Weight class, rank. That's it. No sentiment, no pleasantries. Just cold, professional sizing up. Itagaki tells him he's a featherweight, about to be ranked, basically a 4-rounder. Mashiba's reaction is immediate. Beat it. He doesn't go easy on people. He doesn't know how. Coach Shinoda is already sweating, thinking this was a mistake. Visiting another gym unannounced is rude enough. Getting Itagaki broken before his big fight would be even worse. But Itagaki doesn't back down. He looks Mashiba dead in the eye and says he'd actually prefer Mashiba not go easy on him. Mashiba still says no. Then Itagaki drops the card he's been holding. He mentions Kumi, Mashiba's sister. Suddenly, everything changes. Mashiba's cold stare shifts. He tells Itagaki to get in the ring, but there's a price. When they're done, Itagaki has to tell him everything, every detail. Consider it payment. The Toho coach steps in to apologize in advance. He warns them that Mashiba truly has no off switch, but promises to stop him if things get out of hand. The bell rings, 2 rounds, and Mashiba means it when he says it'll be over real quick. We don't see the full spar play out on panel, but we don't need to. The results speak for themselves. Cut to that night. Ippo comes sprinting to Itagaki's house after getting word from Nanako that his kohai was badly hurt. He arrives panicked, heart pounding. Itagaki's dad answers the door, and instead of a serious update, the man cracks a joke. Classic Itagaki household energy. Ippo is visibly confused and worried, but the dad waves him inside. Manabu is resting in his room. Ippo steps in and sees it. Itagaki's face is swollen, badly, like he went 10 rounds instead of 2. But here's the thing, Itagaki is grinning. They talk. Itagaki tells Ippo about the spar, what he learned, what he felt. He brings up his upcoming fight against Makino and the flicker jabs, that signature Hitman Style weapon Makino uses. Itagaki admits he still doesn't have the money to train in America, where the Detroit Hitman Style originates, but sparring Mashiba, that was the next best thing. Even if Mashiba's flickers are stronger than Makino's, the experience of facing them was exactly what he needed. Ippo tells him to rest and not come to work tomorrow. He turns to leave. Then Itagaki calls out, "Senpai, don't think I came home empty-handed." Ippo stops. That look on Itagaki's swollen face, beat up but burning with confidence, it says everything. Ippo heads to Aoki's Chinese noodle shop afterward, where Kimura and Takamura are eating. He shares what happened. Kimura is shocked. Itagaki actually survived 2 full rounds against Mashiba without going down? That's insane. Takamura agrees those flicker jabs are nasty. He knows from his own experience. The group buzzes. Does this mean Itagaki figured something out? Does it mean he can handle Makino's flickers too? Ippo puts it perfectly. Even if the result was a beating, the fact that Manabu came back with results instead of empty hands means everything. Takamura fires back that Itagaki will probably beat Makino and tells him to calm down, reminding everyone that Takamura and Kimura are on Imai's side. Meanwhile, over at Sayama Boxing Gym, journalist Fuji pays Makino a visit. He shows him the East Japan Rookie King Tournament article. Makino looks at it and laughs quietly. His photo is tiny, barely visible. Itagaki and Imai get the big spreads. They're the shining stars, the celebrated amateur elites. The Sayama coach fills Fuji in on Makino's background, his first win over Itagaki, how people around the sport viewed it. A fluke, they said. Cheating, some whispered. It stung, badly. But Makino didn't crack. He trained harder than he ever had, day in, day out, silently. He decided that keeping on winning was the only answer. Makino himself stares at the article and says something cold and confident. He can see himself clearly in the darkness. The brighter the star, the darker the shadow beneath it. As Fuji prepares to leave, Makino brings up one more thing. Back in the Rookie King tournament, there was a fighter nobody talked about much either. Someone they called a dark horse. Someone who kept knocking out the big names one after another, upsetting everyone. The current champion, Makino Ippo. Makino smiles. History repeating itself, he says. It happens a lot, you know? And then, the final scene. At the Mashiba household, Mashiba confronts Kumi. He's annoyed. He heard she's been visiting Ippo to help with training. As far as Mashiba is concerned, Ippo is the enemy, plain and simple. Kumi pushes back. She doesn't see it that way. Then she realizes it was Itagaki who told Mashiba about her visiting Ippo. She's stunned. Itagaki used information about Kumi to get Mashiba into that ring. The whole thing was a setup. She starts to fire back at her brother, and then she notices something. Mashiba has a black eye. Itagaki walked into Mashiba's gym with nothing but nerve, and somehow that might be exactly enough to beat Makino. And trust me, what comes next is where things really explode. Wait for the next video, you don't want to miss it. Like and subscribe to stay with the journey.